So I forgot to film an intro for my video before I got started on cleaning and pretty much everything else I did today. So this is my intro. My name's Daniel Friday. I'm 17 and I am building this go-kart. And I'm working on a very strict budget. But I've got this shop my granddad left me. You'll see that later in the video. I've got these two go-karts that I was given for free. I've got that, which I've been paying to build. I hope y'all enjoy the video. That's what I'm working with. I got the mower right here, which usually goes where my go-kart is at. I've got this go-kart, that go-kart. I got both of those from the Heatons. That one doesn't have an engine on it right now because that's the engine I used on here until I got this nice one from Amazon. And it also does not have brakes. I don't know if y'all can see it, but the brake reservoir is snapped off pretty good. Like, there's no fixing it. But I fixed the one on here. I just got an Amazon master cylinder. Works really good. And then I've got Predator 224 on this one. That one just has a Predator 212. No modifications other than I had this header on there, which I made. It did not work nearly as well as I wanted it to because I didn't get any kind of a seal or anything on there, so it leaked and water got into the cylinder head, so I had to mop that out before I could run it. But it only sat in there for maybe a day, so it didn't have time to rust. Because I came over here the day after, it rained really hard and the shop was completely flooded. But there's another one of those big squirrel fans right there next to that generator. I don't know what they're actually called. That's just what I was told they were called. And today, what I've been doing, what you saw on the time lapse, was cleaning out in there. But before I got my GoPro out and started filming, I welded this piece on. This is a piece of angle iron with a notch in it. See, I'll show you from down here. Piece of angle iron with the notch in it so it can go around right here, and then two bolts welded to it, and then the nuts are right there, and it's gonna hold this part of the gas tank. However, I do still need an engine mount for the back, so I'm gonna have a bar that probably comes from right here out towards us, across, and then back that way somewhere, and it's gonna tie into here, and I'm gonna have a piece going up to here so I can hold it like that. And it's not perfectly straight, that's okay, because the petcock's right there, And then I'm gonna have to have an air filter on here too, which I don't have yet because I've spent a lot of money on this thing. It's like $1,500 so far, excluding the welder, which I'm not technically including that because I can use that on other projects. But I still need to upgrade my brake caliber from this little 8-inch one to a nice big one about the size of my sprocket so I can stop these massive tires. And then I need to see, what else do I need to do? I need to wire up my light bar. Right now it's just got little connectors on there. They're just gonna go down to a switch. It's gonna be on top of this post. This post that has my start button, kill switch, and then the key right there. And then steering, Amazon rack and pinion. As you can see, it's cheap, like real cheap. But as long as it works, I'm happy. It doesn't take near as much effort as my original steering system. However, if I were to put pressure right here on the front, bounce a couple times, I bring y'all back here, put you down low, you can kind of see that that tire's turned out and that one's straight at us. And that one is also kind of kicked in like that, just not quite that drastically. And my frame, or the roll cage, is also not perfectly straight because it's kind of hard to hold the roll cage parts and weld them by yourself. But I managed to get it done. My exhaust is supposed to be coming in tomorrow, and then I got an actual clutch cable so I could stop breaking this. And then I should be able to ride it then, because I got clutch here, shifter there, brake reservoir, brake master cylinder, this funky looking thing is gonna get replaced, and then gas pedal over here, which actually works. And then I've got all the wiring for this stuff run along this all the way back, and then it comes back here, meets this nice little round doohickey thing. I'm not entirely sure what I was supposed to do with that, so I assumed it needed to be grounded. I looked it up and I was correct, so I just grounded it onto the frame there with the nut, because this is all I had really. And I got whatever this is that's important, and the whatever that is that's important. However, my starter solenoid doesn't work. Like, see, if I come up here, turn the key on, and if I hit the starter button, you can see I'm pushing the starter button. Follow the wires, they come back here, they go to this green and yellow plug, and then, move you around here, they come up to this, which is the starter thing. I have to jump it from pole to pole to get it to actually start, which is really irritating. But if I don't want to mess with all that, I got Kickstart, which does work. I've used it twice already because I took it down to the end of the road and it died, and the battery was dead, so it didn't want to start. I've got this adorable little choke thing here that I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with. I've got the throttle cable run down. Let's see, what else did I do? I burned the ever-living daylights out of this poor little cord. That's the, I guess, the spark plug lead. I don't know. This thing that goes down here to the whatever that is, that gives the engine enough juice to spark. It got burned, but that's okay. It still works. But moving on from the go-kart, if we come in here to the shop, I've got fan. That's my GoPro stuff up on there. I got some pegboard there with a air hose, clippers that I don't use, and then an air hose spool. I've got my grind hard banner, because who doesn't need a grind hard banner? I got my welder. I got a big whiteboard too. It came with the shop. It's got a big hole in it there. But I got my welder. The first thing I made, this welding table with the vise added on that I found here. I got my angle grinders. Then I got battery charger there. It's currently charging this battery that I don't know what it goes to. It was just on the shelf and stone cold dead. And then you can't see it very well, but right there is a speaker on top of this box. Right there, that's a speaker. I got the bass, little control thing, little Bluetooth thing that my phone can connect to so I can play music off my phone. And then the other speaker's over here. So it gets loud in here when I want it to. I've got chop saw over here, and then I've got my switches. This turns on and off this plug no, B and W. So black switch turns on and off that plug, white switch turns on and off that plug, and this runs down to the air compressor so I can fire that up and have pressure over there in the air hose. And this is my battery charger right there. And I've got an extra axle. I've got this tool chest that one of my dad's best friends gave him for free. He was like, does Daniel need a tool chest? And as you would expect, I said yes. I've got not much in there right now. Some pliers, some screwdrivers, some sockets and ratchets and stuff. But I'm not a very organized person. I try to be. But as you saw, I spent the first, I don't know, 10 minutes of this video cleaning up. And this is all my TIG and stick stuff for my welder. I have not experimented with it yet because I just haven't paid to get gas cylinders yet or tungsten. But I have used the stick welding. It's not pretty, but I can do it. And I've got all the accessories that go with it. I got a cup or whatever the stick out thing on the back is, and whatever those copper things are, the tungsten holders. And then this is just the giant tool set that I had from when I first came over here. And then down here is my wheel hubs, fuel pump, master cylinder for that go-kart out there, fuel hose with the shut-off valve, centrifugal clutch from the 212 engine over there in the corner, and then sprockets, pine joints that I'm gonna figure out how to use because they don't quite fit in my tube yet, and then all these pieces from bearings from Amazon. And then moving on, I got some metal spare pieces. I got a starter in there, some other important things. This is a carburetor that went to that red engine that catastrophically blew up and broke the piston. Then I got some electronic stuff in there. My Gatorade bottle is a spare gas tank. This rack that I don't know what I want to do with, that came off the four-wheeler. And I got the differential that came out of the four-wheeler, the seat, one shock. The other shock's over there underneath the fan holding that up. And then I've got gas, 5-gallon bucket of random stuff. My 5-gallon bucket of stuff that's gonna go to the metal scrap. That's all just annoying. And then this red engine over here is going to the metal scrap too, because it is blowed up. And I've got this, which came off the mower I got from my neighbor, which I'm gonna try to put this engine over here in. This is not actually a scrap engine. This was on my wooden go-kart for any of y'all who might have seen some of the videos of that. It runs, it came off of a pressure washer, as you can see, 7 horsepower. It runs pretty good, but it doesn't idle very well. It's just kind of important for an engine. And then I got all that stuff, some more stuff. This side I haven't actually gotten to yet. Excuse me. And then that. The only thing I've got on here that's actually mine is the helmet, drill bits, and then whatever those electronic connections are and that bearing. But I've got this nice drill press that Papa left. It's a big jet drill press, one of the really expensive ones. I made it automated, kinda. I attached a weight to the string, so I didn't actually have to stand here and keep tension on the thing, so I could do other things. Because the only drill bits I've really got are wood and concrete bits. The concrete bits will work for metal. It just takes a while. I haven't spent the money to get new ones. I've got this hydraulic, let's see, 12-ton hydraulic pipe bender that I got from he's letting me borrow it. It is not mine. He's letting me borrow it until he needs it. But it's the same guy that let me use this red engine from his mower, the one that blowed up. And then I got tires from the original go-kart, charger for my batteries, that tubing notcher I tried to make that didn't work, and my pipe supply. Going kind of low, but pretty cool. I got little hooks up there, stays up there relatively well. And then I've got that chain hoist up there that I got from one of my friend's granddad's house. Their granddad passed away not that long ago, and that was just gonna go to the scrapyard. And as you expect, I rescue a lot of things from going to the scrapyard. The people at the scrapyard don't want me coming in and taking stuff from the scrapyard, as you would expect. But earplugs. I can't tell you how important earplugs are for a shop. If you got chop saw, angle grinder, pretty much anything going, it's loud. I've got earplugs in right now, so I'm probably yelling. Might have to turn the volume down. That's pretty much it. I've got these lights up there. Those are run off of this remote. The lighting situation is here kind of weird. This remote turns off those two lights, and this switch turns off those two lights. It originally turned on this light and that light right there, but the ballasts went out and I didn't want to spend the money to replace the ballasts, and I already had these lights, so I just put them up. And I've got my light right here over the tool chest, so when I open a drawer, I can actually see in the drawer. And I've got this little wooden box I made. And that's it. Thank y'all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. Appreciate it.